Right. So this is supposed to be me number one testing out StreamYard and see how it works. But beyond testing out StreamYard as well, fulfilling my commitment to try to like shit every day. And today is probably strangely there is no thoughts. Um but also like I think the way I would start would be to just talk a little bit about what yesterday looked like and can sort of take it up from there. Um, yes, I did take some video steps yesterday. So if you've not sort of seen my last video on, my Welcome to 2026 video, I did talk about three things. One was how, in 2026, you should be bold and shameless. Second, is that you should be um, bold and shameless is the first thing. Second is that you should um, expect good things, and then third is that you should knock and ask at any time. And took one of the steps, and probably think I took one of the steps around that earlier today, and randomly posted something that I would typically not post on LinkedIn, and that's this. Sort of like a webinar session on an AI tips and tricks for interviews, and that's because like last year I did a lot of interviews, and I mean I was quite successful at a ton of them, and I discovered a few AI tools that I could really piece together, and I would use during those interviews and before and after those interviews as well, and it was so useful for that experience. And I thought that would actually just be a very great experience to be able to share with people as much as possible. So it's I'm gonna find the link and I'm gonna try to paste the link somewhere here. But largely, and that was really the idea that I had, and I did post that, and it was just quite fun to do that. Now, the second thing that I sort of did was, I mean, I'm working on a project with someone and spent some bit of time together to talk, just get to know ourselves a lot more, met with his family, and that was fun. In and of itself, I liked that experience, and that was great. But yeah, that was just it. But in the middle of, posting the message, across board and across certain channels where I thought it might be useful, I realized that, and I'm not sure, I realized that people, something that people do that I'm not sure, they are very conversant about. Um, and in my head and in my books, it's some sort of like bad habit. So an example of that would be someone posts something, you have a very different opinion on it. My approach would be rather than trying to demarket it, reach out to that person directly than trying to demarket it and make their work a lot more complicated. But I did see that, and it was funny because it was someone that I know, and in my mind was, oh, I think I did mention to the person that, oh, I'm not sure why you did this, but I don't think it was the cutest thing, especially number one that you know me. You could easily just respond to me directly and be like, "Oh, why is this thing this pricey?" In my mind, I don't think it was pricey. I just felt it was value for time and value for money. Um, but yeah, that was just by the way. Um, yeah, that was really it. Today. Like I said, I don't have any random ideas that I would do really share. But I'm also curious to see if you have an idea, or if there's something you'd, for instance, like me to talk about. I'd be more than happy to talk about that. Um, yeah, but largely first is testing out, StreamYard and seeing if it's going to be some sort of perfect tool um, you know, for streaming. And if it's great for that use case, then I would use it a lot more as much as possible. Secondly, for me is Secondly, is basically just also making sure that I have, for instance, a video out there. Um, and that ticks today's box in a sense. Third, um, is that I'll be happy to get a feedback from you. I would also watch this after now to see if it makes sense and if there's something I need to do better. But yeah, it's pretty much me just testing out and seeing how it works. Thank you to the human that sort of like joined to watch live. I'm not sure if this is useful for you, but that's it. Ciao and have a very good time. Bye.